Hello and welcome to another edition of Focus on Morris County. I'm Joe Garifo, Public Information Officer for the Morris County government. Focus on Morris County is a program that's designed to keep us up to date on the actions that are being taken by the Morris County Board of Freeholders. And the show is also intended to make us all more aware of the many facets of Morris County government. Now, on this segment of the program, we are going to take a look at the importance of being prepared for an emergency or a disaster, and some of the ways that the Morris County government can keep you up to date with vital information in such circumstances. And here to explain how the county government does that are my guests. First, to my left is Carol Spencer. Carol is the Digital and Social Media Manager for Morris County government. And seated next to Carol is Jeff Paul. Jeff is the Director of the Office of Emergency Management here in Morris County. Folks, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe.
Carol, let me start with you. What are some of your responsibilities as Digital and Social Media Manager in the county?
Joe, I manage all of the digital communications, so that would involve managing all of our many websites, both public-facing and internal. I manage all of our social media, what social media we're going to participate in. That's currently, we are Facebook, Twitter, that type of media. I do a lot of photography and video, so we manage Morris Minutes. Another aspect of what I do is to work with the municipalities where requested on helping them, consulting on what they're doing on websites, or in some cases we actually have interlocal services agreements where we do their websites. And also I teach some municipal classes on how to do social media.
Jeff, I'm going to ask you the same question as Director of the Office of Emergency Management in Morris County. What are your responsibilities? What role does OEM play in the county?
Thanks, Joe. We work with all of the emergency response agencies in Morris County to ensure that the appropriate resources are available and mobilized during large-scale incidents, and we respond to certain emergent events throughout Morris County. In addition, we serve as a coordinating and support agency and a response for the integration of all activities to build, sustain, and improve the capability to mitigate against, as well as prepare for and recover from emergency events. So we're kind of a all-inclusive emergency operations kind of center, supporting local emergency response activities. We also coordinate activities at the Emergency Operations Center, which is a brand new facility. The freeholders were very good in supporting the building of this facility, which will really change the way we're able to manage and coordinate events, emergent events throughout Morris County with a lot of partnering agencies.
Now, we've seen, Carol, we've seen in recent years what with hurricanes and tropical storms and snowstorms, that the people in Morris County are anxious to obtain critical information in real time, let's say. Does Morris County social media provide that kind of information to them, and if so, how?
Yes, it absolutely does, Joe. And I have to say, I'll echo what Jeff said about the freeholders being very forward-thinking. We were one of the first counties to fully embrace social media, and we did that approximately 6 to 8 months before we were hit with Hurricane Irene. So at that point, we had done the setup, but we had done no advertising. And interestingly enough, as I had said to the freeholders, I thought would happen, people found us, because our constituents are mobile, they're on tablets, they're on smartphones, and they're on Facebook, Twitter, and that's where they would go to look for that information. So we really had an opportunity to be able to put information out via social media in a very timely fashion, which we did with both of the major hurricanes that have hit us in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and now one of the things that the freeholders also launched a couple of years ago is something that is called McUrgent.
Correct.
Explain what McUrgent is and how we use it.
Well, McUrgent is a separate social channel. So when there is a multi-jurisdictional emergency, something, you know, we say we know that emergencies don't end at town boundaries. A flood doesn't stop at the border of Denville Township. So something that is multi-jurisdictional, we put that information out through a separate social channel called McUrgent. And McUrgent can be found on Facebook, where it's very, very interactive, and on Twitter, as well. We put emergency messages out on Twitter. What we also then do is through technology, we take that Twitter feed and it's on morriscountynj.gov, which is our main website, and it also feeds to morrisoem.org. So whether you're coming in and looking for information on the web or on Twitter or on Facebook, you're going to find that McUrgent messaging.
And I should let our viewers know that we'll be, at the end of the segment, we'll be giving you all of those addresses for the social media that Morris County uses: Facebook, Twitter, the Office of Emergency Management website, the county government website. We'll be giving that to you in just a few minutes. But Jeff, I want to turn to you now. In terms of McUrgent, how does OEM use McUrgent? What role does it play in your responsibilities and you're trying to get the word out in emergency situations?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because social media, Joe, has excuse me, become such a critical part of what emergency management does, and the integration of professionals like Carol and those of you that work in the Office of Public Information for the county are critical to what we do, because not only are we responsible for managing the event cooperatively in a partnership with many agencies, but the public needs to know what's going on. They need to know what's happening. We need to, in many cases, calm people down so things don't, the rumor mill doesn't run rampant. And we need to provide information, and we also want to get information. So we have found that the integration and actually taking social media and embedding it in the actual operation of the Emergency Operations Center is critical. So let's use Hurricane Sandy as an example. We had Carol and the staff at the Office of Public Information with the county administrator, John Bonani and Mary Jo Buchanan were there, taking an active role in seeing what information was taking place that was important to relay out to the public. And the public, in turn, because the police couldn't be everywhere, the rescue teams couldn't be everywhere, the fire people couldn't be everywhere, the public was interacting with them, providing us critical information that we were able to troubleshoot many, many scenarios. We had a lot of good success stories that resulted in information and dialogue via the social media channels with the public. So, when you go into Facebook for emergency management, or certainly during major events, there's a social media person generally that's involved in, putting information out and also telling us what the public is seeing and hearing, because that's important as well.
Now, so what kind of information would you be looking for, let's say, from the public in an emergency situation?
Well, we'll use Hurricane Sandy as an example. I mean, we had, obviously it was a widespread event, and resources were taxed, dealing with, the critical types of situations. The public participated by providing us the information with regards to downed wires, live down wires, in cases where people were trapped in vehicles, with pictures coming off of phones and smartphones and tablets and those kind of things, where we're getting those live time right at the Emergency Operations Center. We're looking at the picture, we're evaluating it, we can see it for ourselves, and we can move right into the mitigation phase, where we can talk to whatever partnering agency needs to be notified. We can prioritize that based on the data exchange without having to send necessarily a police car that you might not even have available, or a fire truck that might not be available because they're already engaged in many other things. We can kind of cut the middle person out to have to go and look and evaluate that firsthand when the public's already done it. So really the public becomes an extension of our ability to effectively and efficiently operate in major events.
And Carol, the good thing too about McUrgent is that it can be received on a number of different devices, right? Even if a person's power is out.
Right. That's one of the major advantages, Joe, of communicating with people this way, is that our tablets are charged, and we put out preparedness notices in advance of an event if we know it's coming, like a Hurricane Sandy or Irene. And one of the things that we tell people is charge all your devices. Even once something lasts 3 or 4 days, you still have car chargers, so you can recharge your devices in the car. So yes, you can communicate on smartphones. We had an instance during Hurricane Sandy where a loop road was completely closed on both segments with down trees with wire involvement, and that requires specialists in JCP&L to come in and get rid of those wires before the trees could be removed. We had absolutely no idea that this situation existed. And a woman sent us a tweet with a photograph and let us know about it. And within about 12 hours, and we had ongoing dialogue, but within about 12 hours, that neighborhood had an opening so they could get out to get ice, water, and the other things that they desperately needed.
Yeah.
So it's a great two-way communications, and the ability to use it on mobile devices that can be car charged. It's perfect.
Yeah. Jeff, there is something also that should be folks with special needs, their friends, their family members should be aware of, and it is called Register Ready, I believe. What can you tell us about Register Ready and how it helps folks like you in emergency management and other first responders?
Register Ready is a program that's run by the state that allows residents with special needs and their families, friends, and associates to register them online. And what happens is if you have someone that might be wheelchair bound or might need extra assistance during an evacuation or may need their oxygen system to be powered, in the event when the power goes out, it's a problem. Those are people that should be registered in Register Ready, because what it does is in Morris County, there's a liaison in each municipality. And we, the county and Human Services, serves as a lead. So the municipalities actually get a list of those individuals in their respective jurisdictions that are registered. So in times of need, we can quickly go to that list and make sure that those people are taken care of and prioritize those needs. So in Sandy, it proved to be extremely successful because what we did with our Human Services partners, and a lot of credit goes to the Human Services team, and our Assistant County Administrator, Mary Jo Buchanan, actually headed this up. We were actually in the days prior to Hurricane Sandy, based on Register Ready and also the existing client base that exists already with, say, MAPS, the Morris Area Paratransit System, and those people being serviced by Human Services. We were able to get out to those people, bringing thousands of boxed lunches, or boxed meals, not just lunch, but all meals, and pre-deliver those things and prepare them and communicate with them, because we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know whether we'd be able to get to them in a timely manner like they would normally expect. So things like Register Ready really do help not only the emergency services people from maybe not having to get engaged with them, but it allows on the human service side the ability to interact with them up front.
Yeah. Well, folks, I want to thank you very much for being with us, and I just want to let our viewers know we promised them some information on how to access all of this information that we've been talking about. First of all, we should say that the McUrgent posts, when they are posted on McUrgent, they go directly to facebook.com/McUrgent, twitter.com/McUrgent. They're also posted on the county government website, morriscountynj.gov, and on the Office of Emergency Management website, which is morrisoem.org. And if you'd like to find out more about McUrgent, you can visit morrisoem.org/McUrgent.asp. Again, Carol Spencer, Jeff Paul, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Now, if you have a question about Morris County government that you would like to have answered, you can call the Morris County Freeholders Office at 973-285-6010. And don't forget to visit the county government's website, morriscountynj.gov. And check out the various social media that Morris County government embraces, that being Facebook, Twitter. You can view copies of this program and other informational videos on YouTube. If you're looking for some county government documents, they're on Scribd. And if you would like to check out some photos from various county government events, they are on Flickr. I'm Joe Garifo. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Are you pregnant, scared, or a new mother who can't care for your newborn?
There's a safe haven in New Jersey.
You or a friend can bring an infant to any hospital or police station and give up custody safely, legally, and anonymously.
No questions asked. No shame, no blame, no names.
Call 1-877-839-2339 or visit njsafehaven.org to learn more. Remember,
New Jersey has a safe haven for unwanted infants.
Brought to you by the New Jersey Department of Children and Families.
Welcome back to Focus on Morris County. I'm Joe Garifo, and on this segment of the program, we are going to feature the Reader Services Division of the Morris County Library, the library located at 30 East Hanover Avenue in Whippany. And in particular, we're going to learn about some of the devices and the technologies that are available at the Morris County Library to help the visually impaired and individuals facing other challenges, help them enjoy their favorite books and publications. And here to explain how that is done is my guest. She is Joanne Cronin. Joanne is principal librarian at the Morris County Library. Joanne, welcome to the program.
Hi.
Thank you for being with us. Before we get into those devices, give us a little overview of the Morris County Library, if you will.
Okay. We're at 30 East Hanover in Whippany, as you said. We opened in 1922. We were in a room in the courthouse for many, many years. We moved to the present location on Hanover Avenue in 1968. The building was expanded to 2 stories with an addition in 2000. We joined with other municipal libraries in Morris County to form the Maine Consortium. Maine provides shared library catalog and interlibrary loan between libraries in the Morris County system. There's also Bernard's Township Library, since they're closer to us than Somerset, who's part of the Maine system. And this provides for sharing of resources. You can request a book if you live in Rockaway Borough. You can request a book that'll come from Chester, or
vice versa.
Or vice versa. All books are going all around the county all the time.
Now, so how does the county library differ from a library that a person might have in his or her own hometown?
Okay, the municipal libraries are supported by a dedicated millage tax in that particular locality. But Morris County Library was established by the voters of Morris County in 1921 as a library supported by the county budget. So we are a county agency.
Any idea as to how many people or patrons come through the library in a given year?
Okay, we serve the 487,000 residents of Morris County. Last year we had 129 visitors through the doors, 466,469 visits to the library online. 483,586 items checked out, and 2,552 subscribers to our events newsletter.
Wow.
We're busy.
Yes, it sounds like it.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, toward the end of the segment, we'll be giving you, Joanne mentioned online access to the county library. We'll be giving you that, the web address for the Morris County Library. Now, I mentioned Reader Services. Joanne, what are some of the things that Reader Services entails at the county library?
Okay, Reader Services, sometimes also known as Book Information, same thing, they're the same department. We're the home of the books that people can take out. When you walk into the building, past the checkout desk, we're in the big room with all the books and lots of computers. We are the home of the circulating books. We help people find the materials they need for business, school, or recreational use. We help people navigate the internet, whether they're here for job hunting, school research, business-oriented business materials, or just curious about the world. We buy the books that make up the Morris County Library circulating collection, and we help people get materials that they need which may not be available at the Morris County Library. We borrow through interlibrary loan in the Maine system and outside in the rest of New Jersey and beyond.
Now, the Morris County Library, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's a designated service center for the New Jersey State Library for the Blind and Handicapped. Joanne, what does that mean?
Okay, they changed their name a few years ago. It's now called the New Jersey State Library Talking Book and Braille Center. We are a service center. We we have been trained to, we have some of the machines that the Talking Brook and Braille Center lends out, so we can demonstrate these to people who may need the services. It's another version of Your Tax Dollars at Work. This is a federally supported program that the state supports. We can expand our services to serve print-impaired residents. So if their vision is problematical, they can still enjoy reading like everybody else. If someone cannot turn the pages of a book or hold a book because of the physical impairment, reading disability, vision impairment, stuff like that, you still have access, and we can help people apply for the services, and we have as I said, we have some of the machines, and we have a very small collection of digital cartridges.
Yeah. Now, what is this that we have here, Joanne?
Okay, what we've got here is the digital player for audiobooks from Talking Brook and Braille Center.
Okay, and that's one of the audiobooks.
This is one of the audiobooks, The Art of Racing in the Rain.
Okay, and it just plugs in?
And plugs into the reader. And
11 by Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard. Read by player off.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one of the devices that someone who's visually impaired can access through the library.
Yes.
Now, you also have flash drives, books and publications on flash drives that people can borrow. Yeah, and I think you have some examples here too, do you not?
Okay, yeah. This is a flash drive that we were part of a program with Talking Book and Braille Center last year that gave out flash drives with up to 10 books on them to
10 books on each flash drive?
You can fit up to 10 books on one of these drives.
Okay.
It's marvelous. And
it works the same way?
It works the same way. There is a
player on. 10 books. Killing Lincoln. The shocking assassination that changed America forever. Forward 5 seconds.
So
bookshelf 10 books. Standard player user 1. Killing Lincoln. The 2.
Now, can these
11/22/63. Player off.
Do these flash drives have to be used on this piece of equipment, or can they be used on a laptop?
Okay, no.
Okay.
These the books that are available through this program are strictly for use with this reader. There's software issues and copyright issues and stuff.
So the flash drives were made available. The county received a grant, I believe.
No, it was not. It was the Talking Book and Braille Center got the grant.
Okay.
We were one of 16 libraries that were given these flash drives for supplying to people who are in the program.
Okay.
And they could just come in and show us one of their order cards from a book, and would give them a flash drive, and we would demonstrate the use of the function that was the function there called bookshelf. It lists the books that are on your on this particular drive.
Okay.
And you can step from one title to the next.
Okay. Now, Joanne,
it's very handy.
What about someone who is perhaps homebound, or perhaps is living in a retirement community, or let's say in a nursing home? Do they have how would they have access to these types of equipment?
There are two ways that you could get a hold of this. One is, first off, you got to register through Talking Book and Braille Center. We have the applications at the Morris County Library. The applications are also online, or you can call Trenton for the application. You need to be certified by a physician or a social worker or someone of that nature to say that this person has a visual impairment or a reading disability or whatever. It's all on the application, and we can give you the application. We can help you fill it out, and then send it off to Trenton. And individuals can everything. Everything is free. Your tax dollars at work. The materials are mailed back and forth, posted free, marked "free matter for the blind and handicapped."
Okay.
So people in institutions can sign up with Talking Book and Braille Center and have stuff sent directly to them. Also, organizations. I know Morris View has a reader, an institutional reader setup. Any other nursing homes or assisted living institutions can contact Talking Book and Braille Center in Trenton to set up an institutional account for their residents as well.
Okay.
And
you know what, Joanne, I want to give our viewers the information for the Morris County Library if they wanted to find out additional information about any one of the services offered at the library, especially those that will help the visually impaired to enjoy their books and publications. The library, as we said, is at 30 East Hanover Avenue in Whippany. The main number for the Morris County Library is 973-285-6930. You can also find out a lot of information about the library simply by going online and visiting the county library website, and that is mclib.info, and you can find out information about the library and about the services that we just spoke about a few moments ago. Joanne Cronin, I want to thank you very much for being with us today.
thank you, Joe. It was a pleasure.
Now, if you have a question about Morris County government that you would like to have answered, you can call the Morris County Freeholders Office at 973-285-6010. You can also visit the county government's website at morriscountynj.gov. Once you're there, you can sign up for the county's electronic newsletter, Morris Connections, and you can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and take advantage of the many other social media that the Morris County government has to offer. I'm Joe Garifo. Thank you very much for being with us. Tune in again next week at this time for another edition of Focus on Morris County.